ready. If you don't, go grab something to drink real quick because we're going to be asking what everyone's drinking. And it's a holiday weekend. So, you know what? I'm sure some people are going to be keeping it real grown and maybe sexy. So, yes. So while we're giving all of our chat members time to get on and to maybe get something to drink, I will go ahead and introduce our panel. And for you guys, our tried and true who are always here with us, you know, our crew is a little bit less today, but it's all good. You know, it is a holiday weekend, so some people are out traveling and a couple people are under the weather. You know, it's this allergy season. Everybody is just like feeling it. So we are here today. We have the beautiful, the glamorous Penny Pincher, Shalomi.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's just the three of us today, but you know we're going to bring it. So make sure you're ready to bring it right along with us.
Yes. And then, of course, we have the beautiful and the another bling queen of our crew, Shakira with Style by Shakira.
Hey, guys.
Shakira's like, hey.
Do you not hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
I was like,
yeah. Donzel is asking for Bree.
Yes. No. Yeah, not today. No, Bree is traveling, so we're gonna, grant her traveling grace. She's going to spend some time with her family for the holiday, so we hope that they have a wonderful and safe time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, also, guys, ladies, while we're waiting for everyone to come in, do you guys have any plans for the holiday weekend?
Well, for me, we're probably gonna go downtown tomorrow and watch the parade. They have like a Caribbean parade this weekend, and then in the evening we're going to see the Little Mermaid.
Oh, that sounds
Tomorrow
cool.
evening we're gonna see the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
And probably visit a couple of friends who are doing maybe like barbecues and stuff on Sunday. So I want my weekend to be active, but those two things, going downtown to see the parade and Little Mermaid, are at the forefront of my plans for the weekend.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. I want to see the Little Mermaid too. I can't wait. And how about you, Shakira? You got plans for the weekend?
I don't have any plans.
Ooh,
I don't have anything to do. So I'm just going to be at home just cleaning. That's about it. Cleaning and relaxing.
I hear you. Now, see, that's always a good plan, right? Because it seems like the weekends just fly by.
They do.
But for me, this weekend, I will not be cleaning. I am going to be running some errands too, visiting with some friends and families. We have a couple of events to attend, and so I'm kind of looking forward to it because we have date night tomorrow night. So we haven't had a date night in a minute. Yeah, so I was like,
yeah.
I know for
right.
Go ahead, date night.
Yes.
Right. I was like, whoop, whoop, let me do something with my hair. Let me get a little sexy something going on for the weekend.
Yes.
For date night.
Sis, you did not have to do much. You're already fabulous, beautiful, and already got it going on.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. So, guys, now let's see. What is this? Blondell says she's having jerk pork.
Blondell,
and what is that?
Blondell, what's your address?
I know we need all.
I know, right?
We're about to pull up. We're about to pull
she
up.
She can mail me some.
Okay.
Yes.
Pull up.
Wow, you're right. I'm like getting hungry.
I'm hungry too. Donzel loves your hair, Kira.
Okay. He doesn't know.
It's Kenya. Sorry.
That's okay.
Beautiful hair, Kenya. Kenya, people are feeling your doom. I'm telling you. Beautiful.
Yes. You know, thank you. I might have to. This might be my look for the summer. We'll see. You know, I'm like, it's definitely low maintenance. So I'm like, yeah, I might be able to work this.
Nice protective style for the summer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So speaking of summertime, I have a refreshing drink over here, and I see Shakira just took a sip. So, ladies, what are you sipping on today? Shakira, what was that I saw you just drink?
I just had some water, believe it or not. But I do have another drink, of course. I have some wine over here. You know, your girl can't go without that wine on Friday from a long day's week. I need a little wine. That's all, just one glass, and I'm good. But I got some plum,
Right?
and it's really, really sweet. So I have to get some water to go with it.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay. I like my drinks sweeter than bitter or whatever.
It's
So I
really
might have to
sweet.
find out what that is.
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. And how about you, Shalomi?
Well, because I see you all have clear, beautiful skin, I'm drinking some water because I too want clear, beautiful skin. So today I'm just rocking with some water.
Absolutely.
All right. Yes. I mean, we can never have too much water, right? Like never. But today, I still got a little lingering cough. The allergies are still kind of messing around with me. But I was like, you know what? I am tired of drinking tea. So hold on one second. So instead of having tea today, and I got my fancy little cup because I knew Shakira was gonna have her wine glass. So I'm being fancy
That is
with
fancy.
my black, I like to be trying to coordinate things.
Yeah.
But I'm drinking pineapple juice.
That's okay.
Make it
That's good.
fancy. Make it look fancy.
It
That's
actually
okay.
is really good.
Make it fancy. That's okay.
Exactly. 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 So, all right, ladies. In the comments, let us know what you guys are drinking before we get started. We want to know what you're sipping on at home. We already know that Blondell's got something good in front of her. So, what else y'all got? Oh, cold Coke. Okay.
Whole Coke and the jerk pork. Ooh, I
Yes.
am hungry.
Yes. Definitely want that.
Yes, exactly.
Ain't
I
nobody else
haven't had
drinking.
jerk anything in a minute.
Me
Come
either.
on down to the A. I'll make you some.
I'm closer now, so don't
Oh,
hold me
okay.
to it. I'll
Look.
be over there.
I'm wondering when Kira's coming down here.
That's what I was just saying. I'm closer to you now, so I'll be there.
Come on down.
Right? Right? Exactly. I'm like, put me something in the freezer. I'm gonna make my way this
Come on,
fall for
come
sure.
on down, sis. Come on down.
Come on.
All right, ladies. Well, I hope that there is not a delay with me. If so, oh, Moscato. All right, then. I'm not sure how to pronounce that first word, but I know Moscato.
I know. Is it Bartonura? Bartonura? Something like that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, something like that.
A Daly's having some
Yeah,
water. And Leone is
always a
forever.
winner.
Leone is forever gonna talk about. I need
Some
to have
kind
some rum punch.
she has the rum punch.
Look, every time you go to Jamaica, like when I've gone to Jamaica, like on the trips, the
Yeah,
all-inclusive thing, they always have rum punch.
they
It's
do.
like,
They do.
yes, you can get your fill of it. Like, all right. Apple juice, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, ladies. So, do we want to go ahead and get started with our conversation?
Yes, we can go ahead
So,
on.
Absolutely.
all right. I was saying I do apologize if there's a bit of a delay, but we're going to try to work through that. So you guys be patient with us. But we are tonight talking about Home in a Heartbeat with Gailey Alex, and we're discussing episode 5. So if you guys have been following along with us, you know that the Property Brothers did not post a show this week. And actually, Gailey didn't either, but we were already a week behind. So we decided we'd go ahead and hop on today to get caught up by discussing episode 5. So I hope you guys had a chance to watch so that you can join us in the chat and let us know your thoughts about what we saw in this episode. So, ladies, were you like me looking? I was like, did I miss something? I went back 2 or 3 times, like Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday evening. I was like, did I miss it?
I kept going back to
For
it.
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all thought we did.
Yeah,
We were all frantically searching. And then Wani said, I don't think they posted a show. And then I think that was when I was like, okay, so it's not just me going crazy. They really didn't air an episode of either of them. Yes. But to your point, Kenya, luckily we had the one in the reserve from last week.
Exactly. Exactly right. Exactly. So we were like, okay, so we're going to keep on rolling with it then and discuss last week's video today. She already knew it included Bree. I know Denzel, right? Bree was ready last week, so we should have let her talk.
You're angry.
Exactly. Exactly. But we know you're ready, Denzel, this week. And I'm going to tell you, I do remember what your score was last week, I believe, but I'm going to let you tell us at the end again. So, yes. All right. So, this week's episode was Order in the Court, and it featured Farrah and Jonathan, and they're actually both attorneys who met in law school and got married or whatever. So I thought that was really cute. But looking at their house, I was like, they're attorneys? Okay.
I think I had the same.
I'm trying not, I don't want to be critical of anybody or whatever, but
that part.
I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is how attorneys live. Right. So that was my opinion of their house when we first saw it. What did you guys think about Farrah? And I thought they were a cute couple, but what did you guys think about their home? The part that was decorated and then all of the parts that was not. What did you guys think about it?
Well, when I first saw them, walk into the space, I was kind of like Gailey. I'm like, well, you don't need me, But then as they kept on going into the rooms that really needed the help, they needed the help. So yeah. It needed a lot of help. they needed a lot of organization. It was just stuff everywhere. And it was, I don't like clutter. So I kind of understand why they called her for the help.
I agree with Kira. When they drove up, I'm like, okay, standard older neighborhood. It almost could look like they grew up there.
Yeah.
Kind of like neighborhood, that kind of feel. But when they walked in and they showed the living room, I gasped. I was like, I thought it was beautiful. And I'm like, this beautiful living room is inside of this house. The two just didn't really match, right? And the way they showed it, honestly, it looked like magazine ready. That one room, right? The light, it was beautiful. And then to Kira's point, when they kept walking back, I was like, no, God, we're going to need some organization in this place. Because I think they said they had turned their garage into a bedroom.
Yes.
So they lost space that they would have used for storage. But they definitely needed Gailey for the areas that they called her in for.
Yeah, I agree, ladies. That's what I said when I was like, this is how attorneys live, because I thought the same thing about the neighborhood. I was like, this is just like going to my grandma's house or something. It was just like a regular working class neighborhood, nothing spectacular or anything. The house didn't lack curb appeal to me. It just was really just, any regular home in anywhere in America, right? But then when they walked in, I was like, wow, okay. I love that it was all white and just fresh and bright. And I was like, okay, so she's got some style about her.
Right.
And then, as they were going through the house, it was like, oh my goodness, these people. But it looks like it's a probably fairly small house too. And it clearly lacked storage. So they were struggling. They were definitely on the struggle bus as it relates to organization. Excuse me. So Gailey, talked to them for a bit, and I thought it was quite interesting too that the husband was kind of chiming in, giving his opinion about things. Usually a lot of times it's the wife that is more outspoken. So I did appreciate the fact that he kind of, said what he wanted to say about things. But what did you guys think about Gailey's plans on the space? Or how, first of all, did you guys notice that Gailey's assistant stayed with her this time instead of going off and measuring like she normally does? She kind of stayed and was a part of the conversation this time with the clients.
Yeah, I noticed that about that this time too.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay, maybe Gailey is wanting to incorporate her more as like she's her design assistant, but instead of just being like her kind of person who pull things together, but maybe being a part of the plan. So I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I noticed. Yeah. I noticed that as well. And it's good that you pointed that out. Maybe she's starting to kind of pay more a little bit more attention to what Gailey's doing. Maybe in an effort to probably, or she could potentially be looking at it so she can take on a little bit more off the load off of Gailey, right? Like that second set of eyes, that right hand person.
Exactly.
Where if I'm not available, because Gailey does work, they all work as a matter of fact. Right. But if I'm not available, you can always call her because she will know, as opposed to just being that person with the measurements and to help pull things together.
Yes.
Right. Exactly, because I noticed that Gailey did, and I'll just be honest with you guys, because she was clear and open about her mental health concerns that she had at the beginning. The last few episodes, she's talked more and more about her stress level with work and everything. So I was like, Gailey, I'd hate to see her burn herself out, or if I just want to make sure she's taking good self-care, because if you're working full time, 40 plus hours during the week, and then on the weekend, you got these big projects and you're staying up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, ordering supplies and things for people or whatever. I mean, she could easily, you could find yourself in a bad place,
Right.
So I thought it was cool that maybe she was bringing the young lady, I can't think of her name right now, but kind of getting her more involved so that she can take some of the responsibilities from her. I think, is her name Christina?
I thought it was Monica. What did I get?
Monica, that's right.
Okay, I thought it was Monica.
You're right.
Either way, something with a
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Help her out having someone that she can depend on, and to kind of take a little bit of that stress, because she's definitely overly stressed, especially it seems like the type of work that she does full time, and then trying to stay up late nights to do this, order stuff. Her body is not getting enough rest, so that can be overwhelming.
Yes, and she has to also be careful, to your point, to Kira, that she does not go back to where she was mentally.
Yes, right? That's exactly
it. Right. To make sure that she has the right. But Kenya, I applaud you for noticing that and bringing that up, because that adds a lot more meat to our conversation, and it brings up the whole mental health. And as to how we need to have a balance and don't take on too, much more than we can actually carry.
Right. And May is Mental Health Month.
Exactly.
About that on our job. So
it is.
So that's good that
I was going to mention that too. You're right. That's part of the reason why I really kind of honed in on it too. And I wanted to mention it for that reason, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah. So those of you in the chat, are you taking care of your mental health? My people in the chat. Are y'all taking care of your mental health?
Yeah.
We definitely need to.
As it goes.
And you know what? This can be a part of taking this hour that you guys spend with us. It can be an opportunity to take care of your mental health. It's an opportunity for you to do something that you enjoy, spending time with some people that you like to watch. So just doing something that you enjoy. It doesn't always mean going out for a massage or, getting your nails done or whatever, which of course we love to do those kind of things too. But sometimes it's just taking a minute to relax. Just sit back and read a book, or take a nap. Yeah. Just kind of disconnect from your normal hustle and bustle and do something that you enjoy. I enjoy gardening. So I try to make it a point to go out and water my plants every morning, because it helps me get ready for my day. Because I know it might be all kinds of whatever coming towards me. So I'm out here, I can just kind of be one with nature, and I'm just enjoying the fruit of my labor. I can see everything that I planted is growing, and it's just God has given the increase. And so it just helps me to remember to be appreciative of all the small things
Exactly.
So I think we all should just take a few minutes throughout the day, at some point in the day, to just appreciate the moment. So
Absolutely. Agreed.
Me too.
Definitely.
yeah. So back to the show. So Gailey, she had her ideas about things, right? What did you guys think as she was kind of going through so they wanted to work on that addition area, which was they were using it as a dining room / catch-all, and then her office, which was really a hodgepodge of all kinds of everything. Everything that was supposed to be in the garage, like Amy said, was in her office. And then the little laundry room look.
Oh, yeah, that was tight.
Yes.
The part that got
right.
The part that got me was when she talked about having like her Zoom calls at work and people be seeing like the bicycles and stuff in the background.
So funny.
I'm like, sis, you're gonna need a good old blanket to just hang up somewhere behind you.
Exactly.
Bicycles and the stuff. I'm like, poor lady. And then people are looking at it with eyes like, you're an attorney. Come on, do better than that.
Absolutely. Because I know I would be
like, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
it comes with its own set of judgment, but I thought that was funny when she said,
exactly.
People are looking past you to see what's in the background.
Like, what's in the background?
Highly distracted.
Right. And like she said too, sometimes when you have that background filter on, but if you move, then sometimes it'll pixelate and you can kind of see. So they're getting a peekaboo.
Yep. Like now.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Yours is good, Shalombi, though. It's not really pixelating too much.
Yours is not doing like the other. Yeah. Yours is good.
Right. Right. It's doing good. But I have been on some calls where
me too.
People were, you could kind of see in the background. I was like, oh, okay. Or they tried to be real close up to the camera because they didn't want you to get a shot of anything else behind them.
Blur it out.
Exactly. Exactly.
The blur.
Exactly. Yeah. So Gailey, she was going through the spaces, doing her thing, telling us what her thoughts were. What did you guys think about, as she was making her plans? Were you guys kind of following along with her? Were you kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I want to see? Or were you thinking like, what? Let me see how that's going to turn out. Like, what were you guys thinking?
At some points, like when they do the 3D drawings and it's coming up and whatever, a lot of things going through my head. One of the things in particular that went through my head, I was like, sis, this is Florida. Do you really need a fireplace? You're in Florida.
I am.
Right? But then I kind of pulled back and I said, you know what? She always knows what she's doing. So I just told myself, you know what? Just trust the process. Just trust the process. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of like what I was.
How about you, Kieran?
I was thinking, what? She was so focused on the outside, which it did need a lot of help. I understand. But that was not even a part of, what they'd asked for. And I was thinking she's going to spend more time out there. But, I'll talk about my thoughts on that later as we get into it. But as you know, I'm like Shalomi. I was like, wait a minute. You're in Florida. It's hot. What do you need all this for? But anyway, it made sense as you get through it, though. So
right. For me, I was like, okay, I was right there with her. I was like, all right, well, first we should say they had a budget of $40,000. And that was kind of a small budget considering the amount of work, the scope of work, the things that not even including the bonus area, just in their home. I felt like that was going to be a bit of a stretch. $40,000 seemed like it wasn't going to be that much to do the spaces that they needed to have done and to address that additional area where the dining table was. Because if you guys noticed, like I saw how the doors was all chipped up and the floor was all broken up. I was like, I was like, oof, she might need every penny of this just in the house. Right? Exactly. But then another thing I thought too is I was like, why is she bringing the faux brick again to this project? I was like, maybe it was left over. And so she was like, whatever. But I did kind of think that I was like, They had some instruments laying around. Yeah, the husband played guitar or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna see how this brick come out, because sometimes for me, I don't like to see repetitive things. You
Right.
know, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I like it when you keep being creative and
Yeah.
original. But I was like, well, I'm gonna see how she do it,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know how it turned out. But that was my initial thoughts. I was like, okay, well, let me see. So I was like, all righty, so that's what she, we saw how she did and everything. Then they started working. Now, normally we haven't really talked about the whole process of them doing things, but one thing I noticed was that it seemed like to me this time tensions were a little high, and
Yeah.
like her and Jay had a little
Back
back
and
and forth
forth.
for a minute, and then she just kind of stopped and looked, and because he raised his voice, and it sounded like he was being serious to me and
Yeah,
not
it
like
did.
joking around.
Yeah.
And then they made it more playful later. I was wondering, did you guys
I
catch that?
caught
And
that.
were you
I
thinking
did.
like, "Woo, okay"?
I caught that. I was like, whoa, are they serious or what? You know?
They probably were, but then they know how to
Yeah,
work for the cameras, right? Because
Yeah.
the minute he raised his voice, it went to a commercial break. I
It
don't know if
did.
y'all noticed that.
It
So it
did.
looked
yep,
like you're now
yep.
anticipating what's gonna happen when you
Yeah.
come back. But I think this is the
Mm-hmm.
first time that I've seen them work so late. Like
Yes.
they usually work
Yes.
two,
4
but at one
a.m.
point they were there at 4 in the
I'm like,
morning,
they didn't
and
get any sleep at
it's like they
all.
didn't get any sleep. So
I
they're
In
know
this project and in the last project too.
that.
yeah, they were a little bit irritable, and you can't
Yeah.
blame them, right?
No, you
Lack
can't.
of
You
sleep,
don't get no
but
rest.
I'm glad that they were
Hmm.
able to kind of like nip it in the
Exactly.
bud and kind of play it off, because
Me
I would
too.
hate to see good friendships
Me
fall
too.
apart at work or over
Yeah.
anything for that
Over
matter, right? And
anything. Yes.
Exactly.
especially this public of this platform basically
Yeah.
for them, their friendships to be
Absolutely.
broken. So I'm glad
Right.
they brought it, they pulled it together.
Yeah, me too. And I thought it was funny how they did pull it together, because Jay has this heavy like Cuban or Spanish accent, and then
Yeah.
he was like, "The issue is resolved. The issue is resolved." I was
Resort.
like, "Oh my god!" I just would have like, I was like laughing out loud
Yeah,
at
I
home. I
was.
was like,
And they kept putting it on the screen. They kept
Yeah.
putting it on the screen.
right.
Everything
In case you didn't hear it,
he said,
right? It
it
was like, in
was so
case you
cute.
thought you heard resorbed, yeah, you did hear
You
resorbed.
did,
Yeah.
you did hear resorbed. But he
Right,
yeah, he didn't say resolved. He said the issue is resorbed. It's resorbed. But
right. I thought that was hilarious.
English
Was.
as a second language, we have to give him grace. And sometimes
Yes,
you have to listen that much more keenly to be
Mhm.
able to understand what he was
exactly.
saying.
Understand
But
what he
it's
was
all
saying.
good. It's all good.
It is.
It's
Exactly
all
right.
good.
I just thought it was cute how, like, right, I felt like he was doing that on purpose at that
Purpose,
point, and it
you
was
know.
like, yeah, so I was like, okay, they made it really light and it was funny, and so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, they're all good.
They're
Yeah.
good.
So they were working feverishly to get this project done, right? And it was a lot of work in the house. But then Shakira, like you mentioned, she decided to surprise them with the outside space, which was cute already to me, like
Already
with that
cute.
green
Yeah.
wall. I thought that
Yeah.
was a neat idea to try to give them some
Yeah. Little
privacy.
privacy. Mhm.
So I thought, wow, okay, they really have. We thought they did a lot last week. She did a
Mhm.
lot this week as it relates to building and just doing a lot of things.
Mhm.
So let's talk about the final reveal now, or yeah, let's talk about the final reveal. We'll talk about the outdoor space last.
Okay.
But what did you guys think about that addition area where they had the dining room space?
Mhm.
What did you guys think about that and how it came together?
I like the way it came together. They didn't change much in terms of like the shape and whatever, but
Mhm.
they gave them what they really needed, which was the storage space. They gave them so much
Yeah.
Yeah.
storage, like everything that they had caught in there being the catch-all room, there was a place for it in the cabinets and that they
Yes.
built. So I really liked that. Another thing that I absolutely loved is that wall that she referred to, let me check my notes here. She
Oh,
referred it to
yeah.
the bump out wall, the bump
Yeah.
The
out
bump
wall,
out.
bump out.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
the wall that they
I
couldn't get rid
noted
of
that.
because it was helping with, retain, I think, the ceiling, part of the ceiling or
The weight.
something.
Yeah.
The way she worked around that and
That was
created the
Yeah.
chains to hang the frame, the picture frame,
Yes.
to make it appear that it was floating. I'm like, you better work, Gailey. That's what I'm
yes.
talking about. I
Exactly.
absolutely love that.
Work it out.
So it looked like the bump out was there on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Exactly.
Something like sticking out that we don't know what to do with it. She
Yeah.
just turned it into something else. And I just love the way her mind works.
Me
Of
too.
course,
Yeah.
my chains would have been gold, but that's me. It still looks
Mine too.
amazing.
Me too.
Yeah, it
Me
still looks
too.
amazing. And I love the way she used that for like their benefit.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought that the carpenter is a bad man. I was like,
Yes.
those
Yes.
shelves were fit to perfection.
Yes.
I was like, he did that. I mean, he measured and measured and measured
He
before he
did
cut
that.
because they fit like
A
a
glove.
glove. Yes.
Yes. They were.
Yeah, I mean they fit right in there. A lot of times you know, they have to add a little trim to fill
Yeah.
in the
Kind of fill in
open
the
spot.
gaps or whatever. Yeah.
Right. I was like, he did that. He did a fantastic job on those built-ins, and they looked so proportionate to the room. Even though she was saying how deep they were, it didn't look to us like they
Right. It
were
didn't look like that.
taking up any amount of space in the room. It was really that was a great um design choice to do that in that area and to have the under
The
the one
window.
under the window too
Yes.
next
That
to
was
it.
really nice.
Yeah.
It added a
So
lot
it made
more
like a
to it.
little extra seat too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you think
And I
about the
have to
color
say
that they
too,
did the wall in? All of the cabinet.
huh?
How did you like the cabinet color? The choice of color that she chose?
You know, I thought it was cool. So speaking of which, because I was gonna say about the wallpaper, she always
Okay.
do a
Yes,
wallpaper,
she
and I
does.
was a little nervous with that dark color at first. I was
Mhm.
like, but this is such a bright room. Why is she putting dark? But I'm like you, Shalane. I'm like, I'm gonna trust what she's doing because I know it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like an art gallery to me. It looked like to me, it looked like you were going into a museum. The way she
Mhm.
had those
Mhm.
their family art hanging from those chains from the thing. The chains with that dark wallpaper, I would have probably wanted gold too, but it made sense to have the
Mhm.
chain and the metal look because to
Yeah.
me it gave a kind of masculine
Right. It kind of
vibe, but
balanced it
also
out.
just
Yeah.
real. Yeah, it felt real like artistic to me.
It did.
It just made and they looked like they were floating. It made those
Oh,
pictures look like
that was nice. I don't know how she came up with that idea, but that
Yes,
was
you
very
did. Let me
creative.
go.
Like,
Let
yeah,
me go
on
find a wall to
point.
float my pictures from.
I'm trying to tell you, I was like, why you not
right,
do like that in my house?
Let me see if I have any bump
exactly.
outs.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I just need to emulate that somewhere, anywhere.
Yes,
But I
Anywhere.
thought
anywhere.
that was so right. So to me, the color of the cabinets worked with the whole space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought it was really, really nice.
And
Yeah.
speaking of
So
how,
then, what did I think about her office? Oh,
oh,
sorry. Go ahead, Shalami.
well, go ahead, Kira.
Oh no, I was like, yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. The Office, oh my goodness.
Yes.
What a transformation.
That
Because I'm
was.
telling you, if I go back just a little bit, when she entered and I saw those doggone parquet floors, it just gave me flashbacks because that's what we had in
Oh,
our
yeah.
home in Toronto when we purchased it. And
Really?
that's how I ended up. If you guys remember when I changed all my floors
Mhm.
and the stairs in my house in
Yeah.
Toronto, it
Yes.
was the
Hmm.
doggone parquet. I hate parquet. I'm sorry if anybody on here has parquet. So I got flashbacks when I saw the parquet. I was like, ugh.
Like
But
what?
then at the reveal, I mean, she can have a Zoom meeting from any corner of
Oh,
that
I'm
retail.
telling you now, it's just perfect.
Everything
Yeah.
is in
Yes.
place. It looked fresh. It looked new. I think Donzel
Mm-hmm.
Like
on here
yeah.
talked about the guitars. It had its own
Yes.
space on the wall.
So that was
Everything just
nice that
looked,
she incorporated that in that space as well, so her husband can feel,
yes.
he has a
It
little
looked
spot
it
there.
looked it looked
And it
amazing.
was like art that they didn't have to buy.
Right. That's
Exactly.
exactly
It
kind of
was
what
wall art that she didn't have to buy.
Exactly. It fit
it all fit
perfectly.
well.
Everything got in
Mm-hmm.
place. And then they had like a little seating area. I don't know if you notice it to like the back of
Yeah, the
her
two
room,
Mm-hmm.
corner
two
kind of.
chairs
Yeah.
with
That
the
was
yeah.
nice.
So
Mm-hmm.
if she's in her meeting, then that's gonna be a part of like the backdrop.
Yes.
And it's just
Right.
it just worked
Yeah.
perfectly
She
with
worked that
the
out. I
they had
loved
the
it.
storage
Now,
again
that
there.
storage was nice. The built-ins,
Mm-hmm.
I liked
very
it.
nice.
I liked it.
Yeah. So I have to say, I did like that she did do the built-ins and that she positioned it on that wall where the closets were,
Mhm.
because I didn't anticipate that. I thought she would have put it on that wall
Back
facing the
wall.
windows. Yeah, I thought she would. I figured she was going to do some type of built-in or a
Mhm.
desk unit with shelving and everything, but I thought she would have put it on that back wall instead of where the closets were, which made sense because it was already like
Yeah.
pushed in, so it made it look like they were actual built ins into the wall. So I was like, okay, now that
That
was
made
smart.
sense. Mhm.
So, but for me, I felt like the room just, I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. Like you said, it was fresh, it was bright,
Mhm.
it was beautiful. I like the guitars on the wall. But as it relates to the space planning of the floor layout, I felt like she needed something else in there. Like I was like,
It did
maybe she
feel
could have
like
put,
something was missing though. Now I can't say something was
yeah.
missing, but I don't know what.
I'm going to tell
It
you what.
was just a lot of floor, and it was just the rug there with the two
And
little
that was
chairs
it.
in the corner, which I did like that.
Me too. I like the
But it was
chair.
just a lot of floor space, and her chair wasn't like a big chair, so
Yeah.
it was just, it felt like she could use a coffee table, which wouldn't
That's
really make any
probably
sense. But
maybe like a little
I
something.
was like,
You know
maybe she
what?
could have put. Hmm.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kenya. Finish your
I
thought.
was thinking maybe she could have put like a little chase lounge in there or something in front of the guitars, so it would kind of curve down so you would still see the guitars, but something to take up some of the floor space. I don't know. It just felt like I thought it was beautiful, but it just felt like it needed there was a lot of empty negative space on the floor once you
It was.
went in and heard everything up against the wall, and then the two little chairs there, and then that was basically it in the space,
That was
other
it.
than the guitars on the wall. So I thought it was nice, but it just seemed like it was. She could have put a little, like one of those little chase lounges that maybe even just have the arms and there's no back on it. It's just the arms on the side, so you could still see the guitars, and it just kind of framed it. I just
Yeah.
felt like it needed something else there.
I'm going to tell you what I think. For the amount of time they were in that room, crammed with
That's
everything in
it.
there,
It would be
there
nice to have negative
they
space,
was
yeah.
happy to just have not have
I think that's
anything
what
else
it
with the
was.
space. Just put the chairs, honey, and the
This
desk.
is
The
it.
guitars go on the wall because I can bet you if they're not outside enjoying that outside space that we're getting to, the children are probably in there in this space playing in
Well,
the
yeah.
office,
So they
right?
need that
Hmm.
floor
Can you
space.
just imagine that is in there? He's playing the guitar. Mom's
Mm-hmm.
finished working. The kids join in, and they're in there just having, just a little bit of family time on the floor. They're
That's
not
it.
watching
Yeah,
TV or whatever. So I think they will utilize that.
yeah.
They could utilize that space for that reason. Again,
Hmm.
especially because the guitars are in there, so
Yeah.
it doesn't feel you
Right.
can go from work to like a relaxed atmosphere with the kids, with hubby, the music, maybe a couple of drinks. They're having
Hmm.
whatever, just spending family time.
Yes.
Right.
So I think that that
Right.
space could be best utilized that way.
I can see
And
that.
secondly, like
Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
before, with
Yeah.
all the junk they had in there, they're probably
It
just happy
was
that
some
they
junk,
have.
so I think that was
They're probably just happy that they can see the floor at
if
this
they
point.
can.
Exactly. They're like, whoa, we actually have floor space in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this song's here. So yeah.
Cartwheel.
And that's exactly
Right.
what they're
I was
gonna
just
be
gonna say
doing.
that as you were saying, I could envision the kids doing cartwheels and
Me
little
too.
tumbling,
Mhm.
tumbling on the floor because there's so much space. They're just jumping
Yeah.
around,
And you
dancing around because
playing
they're
that
like,
guitar
woohoo,
and yeah,
space.
that's definitely what I can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's cool then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can appreciate that then.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So So now let's go on to the laundry space, which
Yeah.
to me is a space that gets neglected a lot.
Yeah.
It definitely is in my house. My
Right.
laundry room is just functional. It is nothing pretty about it. And that makes me sad because it's got so much potential. But
That's it.
so what do you guys think about that laundry space that she worked some magic
You
in?
work some kind of
For the
magic
husband who
there.
does the laundry, I was like, where my husband at?
Girl, I know because he
I
does
need him to see
professional
this part.
laundry.
Well, I can't complain because my husband does do laundry.
Oh, mine don't.
So
You
I
know,
can't complain.
I shouldn't say anything because my husband does it just as much as I do. It's like
Okay.
it's
Can you?
probably half and half. So
There you go.
yeah.
There you go.
But yeah,
So
I
what
gotta
did you guys
say,
think about the laundry space?
the wallpaper, the textured wallpaper caught my eyes. I was like, oh my God. For some reason, I just love that. That was one of the things I wrote
Hmm.
down. And it when I walked in, it kind of give you a feeling of I don't mind, washing clothes in here. I got somewhere to put
Right?
fold up my clothes now. It just gave me like a spa feel to it when you walk in. So I was
Yes.
just like, yeah, y'all did this. I mean, I didn't even envision that looking that good. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Right.
She did that.
My
Hmm.
laundry room definitely needs, like, I have cupboards, the washing machine, dry, ain't nothing fancy. I
Mhm.
definitely need that the counter space on
Yeah.
top built
Yes.
the washing machine and dry so that way I have a place to fold. Love the textured wallpaper. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you what I didn't like.
Okay.
I did not like the little stones, the stonework.
Oh, I thought you might say that. I love that.
Only because it gives me the heebie-jeebies, like too many small things together like that kind of makes my skin crawl.
Mm.
It makes me want to come out of my skin. So when I saw that, like I was like, ugh, like it's very weird. That's like my daughter. My daughter cannot, my younger daughter, she cannot look at too many tiny holes together. So even if she makes like hot chocolate, when you make hot chocolate, it has all the little
Yes.
bubbles and then the bubbles like they burst and the little hole she cannot see.
Yeah.
That was how I felt with the little stones with all of them clustered together.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, ugh.
Oh
So
my goodness.
that was just a personal thing. It's not that it wasn't beautiful. I
Yeah.
just personally can't take it. It's too much. Like I'd be creeped out to like touch it.
I know what you. Yeah. You sound like my sister. She'll see something sometimes. She's like, "Oh, it look like a fungus." It's like, what are you
Yes.
talking about? So
Yeah.
sometimes she'll have a reaction like that to things that she sees. And I'm
Yeah.
like, a fungus? I didn't see that at all. And she's like, ugh.
Like,
So I know exactly what you're
me
saying.
too. I know what you're saying. Yes.
Donzel,
I
did
didn't
you
have that
do that?
adverse reaction though to the stones.
I didn't either.
Mm-mm.
Did you like
I
them?
thought it was really nice. Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought it was a really nice accent, and I was a little bit sad that she could only put it in that one little space. But to me, it made it look like like a focal point. So I thought it was really pretty, but and I thought it was unique. I was like, I've never seen like a little mini stack stones like that, and
Yeah.
then in a small portion. So I thought it was kind of cool, and I thought it was something different. And I did feel like she made that laundry room feel so zen
Yeah.
that it would be like, I'm gonna go wash every day.
Yes.
Everybody take off your clothes, put them in the
Have a
hamper,
load.
bring them on so I can go do some laundry.
I have a load every day.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I was like that. She and the window. I saw the window in the beginning, but I don't think I even really noticed it until she did her thing. It really stood out. It was just really. And again, with the carpenter with his built-ins that fit to perfection.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I thought that was great.
He's amazing. When is he measuring and cutting all
Yeah.
these things?
That's what I was saying. How does he have that?
Between grading papers? Is he a teacher?
He's a teacher. Yes. Now they busy. So how do you have?
Yeah, he is a carpentry teacher.
Okay.
Charlie's
You know what?
cutting
Maybe it's Gailey's assistant is the one who's giving all the measurements, though.
He's cutting them at school and he's having the children help him.
That's their
That is
project.
part of their assignment.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
He's smart.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So he getting some help, right?
yeah.
Well, he did a fantastic job on that. I thought that space, and I thought it was really ingenious that Gailey came up with the tankless water heater. Because I was like, I guess you're gonna have to build a cabinet around the water heater. When she said tankless, I was like, I was like, that makes sense.
Definitely a good idea.
Yeah. So now, yeah, exactly right. Like I wouldn't immediately, I didn't think that, but so when she said, I was like, that makes complete sense, right? So, so now we've been all through the house, and now the rest of those spaces match with their living room space. It looks more cohesive and everything. Gailey gave them a really cohesive look, and then she was like, "Now let me do a little something outside." Now I was like, first of all, that lady, Farrah, no, she saw what was going on outside when she was in that dining room, but she did a real good job of pretending like she didn't see it. Because I was like, how could she have not seen?
You had no choice.
That beautiful focal point, right?
Thank you.
She couldn't have not, because the little girl said it immediately. Ooh, I see the candles outside. Yep. Like when they came into the dining room part. So what did you guys think about that outdoor oasis?
Ooh. Honey, it was so nice. I would love that to be in my backyard.
I think she did a great job.
Yes.
That it was already a nice space to begin with.
It was.
With that, like the evergreen wall that they had put up. So when she said we're gonna do the outdoors, I'd love to give them the nice outdoor space. I'm like, for what?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I loved, like I said, my first question was the whole fireplace thing, and I'm like, Haley, like really, like seriously, there in Florida, it is like hot. What they need a fireplace, especially outside for. But I think it was just to create that, like a wall for privacy,
the privacy
right? Between her and the neighbor, and to kind of keep
up.
And when I tell you those trees and greenery and the shrubs and stuff that she planted that just came all the way up,
now that was
to the point where you couldn't see the fence anymore. That was just amazing. And I loved also like 2 separate seating areas there. So there was one seating area, and then there's another one you can see kind of off in the distance. Did you guys notice that they had a swimming pool? Did you guys see the swimming pool?
No, I didn't.
I missed the swimming pool. Now I gotta go
back. Didn't see it.
It's when they show the when they did the reveal, and you know how they have one seating area close to the fireplace and then another one off in the distance. The swimming pool is on that side.
Wow, I missed that.
That's such
over past the dining table, going in that direction.
There's a dining table, and then I think they had like a couple of chairs and stuff. The swimming pool was off to the side.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Look again.
I'm going back because I missed it.
So then that made it make even more sense.
Yeah, now I see why she kind of picked that.
Exactly.
Because they're going to
barely see it, but because I'm inquisitive, I saw the whole thing. I'm like, oh, they do have a swimming pool. It was way
that makes a lot of sense now.
But they do. But that makes for the outdoor space. The swimming, the kids running around, the eating out there.
So much
bring
more
the reasons out. Let's eat it, drink it out here. Let's have the popcorn and all, and then you can just jump back in the pool. I thought it was absolutely beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah, I missed the pool, but that does make a lot more sense that she wanted to do that space. But I just thought too, it was a beautiful. I thought it was a beautiful focal point from inside the house too. So when they're in the house, like when you pass them by or sitting at the dining room, it was just really pretty, just a really nice view of the backyard too. So and they already had that whole wall of windows there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was like, they could take so many family photos, like in
Yes.
that space. They could just get dressed for any holiday and sit out there and take pictures. Like, I'm always doing it around our house. I'm like, let's come over here and take a picture. Let's go over here and take a picture around our house. Like, why do you need to go to a studio when you have a
Yeah, all
beautiful
these,
space in
yeah.
your home?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You got natural backdrops in your home at your home that you can take, or have
Right.
a photographer come to your space and take photos, and that makes it more personable too.
Yes.
So I thought that was really nice that she did that. And I thought she put in, sometimes I thought, I was thinking, now, Gailey, do you really need to do 1,000 little slats in that roof to get the look that you're trying to get?
You
Because
know,
it's taking forever. Like, they got to paint every single one of them and
they
then
did. That
install
was a
all those
lot.
little pieces.
Oh, that was a lot.
But it looked amazing
It looked amazing.
afterwards.
Gailey's gonna do
Yeah.
slats somewhere. She's gonna always do slats. If she's not slatting, she is beaming. So get used to it.
True. One or the
Yep.
other.
Yeah. Exactly. She putting wood on the wall somewhere.
She
So,
did.
yeah.
She's gonna put it up
Exactly.
there. It's gotta
Exactly.
go up there.
And it really, exactly. And it definitely brings the space together. It definitely is added feature. So it's like a bonus feature. I think she does a great job with that. And I just thought that outdoor space, that fireplace that Jay built was magnificent. You guys know how I am about fireplaces. And I
I
was
know.
like, that is the mother of all
Yeah.
fireplaces. I was
Yes,
like,
it was
I
beautiful.
need that fireplace in my backyard.
I know that's right.
It was amazing, the
It was.
size of it, everything. With
Maybe,
the shelves on the side
yes.
too.
Yes.
I mean,
Hmm.
maybe if all of us put
Yeah.
together, we could afford
I thought it
Gailey. If we all put
right,
together.
right. Look, I'm like, I'm gonna wait till we buy our forever home, and I might reach out to him like, come on down to Texas.
I know that's right.
What's your budget? What's your budget?
The child I ain't got
So,
one. Just come.
right, like, look, but she wants you to give her your credit card.
I know.
Mm,
That thing would have
I'm like, I'm gonna have to see about my credit card. I have to give you something else.
I know.
I'll have to give you about 4 of them. How about
Hmm.
40,000.
Yeah,
where she blows
right,
where she blows a hole in that thing? Oh my goodness.
right. Like, use this one up to this point, and
And
then
then
use
go to
this
this one,
one
get this much.
after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
So in the comments, to our viewers in the comments, let us know what you guys think about Gailey's project and how it came together. And we asked last week for everyone to give your ratings if you felt like it was on a scale of 1 to 10. What are your ratings? So let us know in the comments what you guys think about Gailey's projects, like overall, and if there was one area in particular that you like the most. And ladies, you tell us, what's your rating and what was your favorite part of this entire project?
Let's see what my favorite part was. I'm gonna say the outdoor space was my absolute favorite of all of the spaces that she did in the home. I will give her a 9.5. She did good. Kudos to Gailey.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Shalomi.
I give her a 9. And my favorite space too was also the outdoor space, with the different little seating areas and just the privacy. It was just beautiful. It served, like I said, as a beautiful backdrop to the home itself when you're on the inside. And I gave her a 9.5 because I'm taking away a half a point, Gailey, for the little tiny stones. I'm sorry.
I knew you was gonna say that, and I was about to ask you that. I was like, was it because of the stones? It really was.
Right.
Well, Leonie,
I know, right? I was thinking that too. The fireplace, yes. That fireplace was magnificent. to me, the fireplace was the highlight of the entire design. And I thought the backyard space was probably the best too. But since you guys both said that, I'm gonna go with my next best, which was the that accent wall in the dining room area, because she didn't do a whole lot in the dining room, but just how she did those built-ins and the family art, how she hung that, I thought that was just really, really gorgeous. And that's definitely something like I wrote down that I want to do in my home. I was like, I want to incorporate that some kind of way, especially like in my husband's office, because to me it was giving me like masculine
really
kind of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And I tend to lean very feminine in my decor. And so I have to think about him sometimes when I'm doing things. And so I wrote that down as something that I would like to incorporate in some of my projects around the house. And so I'm going to give her a 9 out of 10. And just because to me, the whole project was beautiful, but it all seemed a little bit sparse to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in the dining room, it was just the dining room table. And then, like I said, in her office, it didn't have a whole lot of anything in there other than just the built-ins and then the couple of chairs, which, and in the laundry room, she didn't really have to add anything because there was not a whole lot of space anyway, too. But so I felt like, okay, it was a pretty design. Everything looks nice, but I wasn't totally blown away like I have been by some of her other projects. But certainly she came through for this family and she did her thing. And I think she did a beautiful job. But I was like, okay, she did a 9. That's a real solid 9. I would certainly hire her. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I think one of her
And I see Denzel said 10 out of 10. All right. So that's a thumbs up then. 2 thumbs up.
I think one of her strengths is to, as she caters to the different families, to be able to deliver exactly what they want and what they like. And that's what's important. So while Kenya fell out a little bit. We'll just continue on till she pops back in.
Okay.
So it's like that family looked like they were more on the simpler side. They just needed organization and order more than maybe fancy.
That's what I was thinking too.
And that's exactly what they got.
Right.
So,
I think that's what it was.
I think, yeah, because they look like they
look like they were kind of simple. So they didn't want a lot of stuff, but they just needed more organization than anything.
Exactly. So they delivered.
Yeah.
Kenya. So Donzel is rating for Bree, honey. You know Donzel and Bree be onto something all
the time.
Donzel.
Right. 9, 8, or 10, right? Yeah. Exactly. I did hear what you were saying, Shalomie, about you think that the family had more of minimalist type of style, and so that's what she was giving them. I can agree with that. Yeah.
All right. Leonie's rating it a 9. All right, awesome.
Okay, ladies. 9. Okay. Yeah, I think she did a great job. And I'm looking forward to next week to see what she does next week. What's next week's project?
Me too.
No, Leonie did.
And I have to say, I missed the Property Brothers too. So hopefully they're just taking a break for the holiday weekend and we can anticipate them all being back next week. Lures are cheap and save the money. Hey, we all be trying to look. You got the glamorous penny picture here, so you know we pinching pennies over here. We balling on a budget. That's what I like to do. So,
balling on the budget, I like that.
Exactly. So I'm not mad at them. I'm not wanting to save some money.
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I'm like I want to make my dollar stretch as far as it can go.
Me too.
Choke a dollar till it holler.
So, yes. So, ladies, did you guys have anything else you wanted to add, ladies?
No, overall, it was a great show.
It was. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I will say that next week I will not be here. We're going to be traveling. And so I will catch you guys on the replay. So I know you guys are going to hold it down. I will, of course, be watching the show, and I'll probably, if I can hop on, I'm going to try to get on and chime in with my ratings on what I think about what's happening next week. But you guys be sure to join us next Friday. We're here every Friday from 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. What's that? What do you guys? EST, Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you join us. We're always discussing the Property Brothers Forever Home and Home in a Heartbeat with Gailey Alex. And then, you know what, guys? Leave us comments in this comment here or even in the replay to let us know what other shows you might be interested in. Give us some ideas of other shows to discuss. As we move along and these shows wrap up, then we would like to have some ideas of other shows you guys would like for us to chat about. I think this is amazing, guys, that we can sit around and chat about home decor and we have an audience of people who are interested in this conversation. Ladies, like, don't you just love that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you don't always want to
Exactly.
hear
My
gossip.
husband was like, y'all talking about decorating? I was like, that's right.
They talk about, basketball or
Exactly.
I was like, just like you guys talk about football and everything, we talk about decorating.
Exactly. And we have people who want to talk about it as well. So we may as
Hi,
well.
Sarah. Thanks for watching.
Welcome, Sarah. So we'll see you next week, Sarah. Right back here, same place.
Yes.
All right.
House hunters is a good one. We're gonna be probably looking to move in a couple of years, not right now, but so I'm kind of starting to think about it. So that's a good one, Donzel. I haven't watched it in a while. So after I bought my house here, I was like, I don't need to watch that no more. But now I'm like, I might need to go back to that one. Yeah.
Kenya was done. Bought the house. Like, I'm done.
That's it.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you all for joining us. Ladies, you guys have a wonderful holiday weekend. Be safe. Enjoy time with your family and friends. Have fun and be safe out there.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Really?
Bye.